Welcome back to our channel. The most valuable coins you've never heard of, watch before they disappear. The 1990 USA $quarter coin holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history. As we look back on the quarter's rich story, it's more than just a coin, it's a symbol of change, a piece of history that has stood the test of time, and, believe it or not, a treasure with value far beyond its face value. What started as a simple, everyday coin, now tells a unique story of craftsmanship, mystery, and incredible worth. To understand the significance of the 1990 quarter, we first need to step back and appreciate the quarter's role in American currency history. The quarter, a cornerstone of American coinage, has been in circulation for centuries. Its design has changed over time, but it's always been a symbol of the nation's economy, providing a link between the present and the past. The year 1990 may seem like just another year, but for the quarter, it marks an important point in the coin's journey. It's a pivotal year in American numismatic history, sitting within the broader context of the United States Mint's efforts to keep pace with the growing demands of the economy and the collecting world. When it comes to the design of the 1990 quarter, this particular coin continued to feature the traditional design that was introduced in 1932, the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design, created by John Flanagan, is one that has become synonymous with American identity. Flanagan's rendering of Washington was selected in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, and it has remained a lasting symbol of the nation ever since. The 1990 quarter, like many others from that era, was minted in a composition of copper and nickel, a formula that has been used for U.S. quarters since 1965. The obverse of the coin bears Washington's likeness, while the reverse side shows a traditional eagle perched, which was later replaced by various state-themed designs starting in the 1990s with the 50-state quarters program. The eagle design is powerful, representing strength, freedom, and the majesty of the United States, but even though this coin may seem familiar, its journey from mint to market is far from ordinary. In fact, the story of the 1990 quarter is shrouded in an intriguing mystery. You see, while most quarters are struck and distributed as part of regular coinage, some are destined for greatness. There's one particular version of the 1990 quarter that has eluded many numismatists, and its rarity has made it one of the most sought-after coins in recent memory. This isn't your standard coin, this is a special error coin that has become a gem for collectors. So, what makes this 1990 quarter so special? It's an error coin, but not just any error coin. Imagine walking into a store with a pocket full of quarters, and you reach into your change jar at home, only to discover that one of your 1990 quarters has a distinct flaw, an imperfection that makes it stand out from the rest. This particular quarter, due to a minting mistake, features an unusual, misaligned die that was used in the striking process. This flaw, though seemingly small, makes the coin exceedingly rare and valuable, far beyond its intended face value. Such errors are like treasure maps, leading collectors on a journey to find these hidden gems. And for the 1990 quarter, the error in question made it so rare that collectors began searching high and low for this particular specimen. The anticipation surrounding it grew over the years, with collectors hoping that one day they would unearth this rare mistake, an anomaly in the vast sea of coins minted in 1990. Now, let's talk about the collectors who have made this coin a prized possession. Numismatics is a fascinating world, and within it, there's a passion for finding these rare, unique coins. The thrill of the chase is part of what makes this hobby so engaging. And with each discovery, the value of these coins continues to rise. The 1990 quarter, particularly the error coin, quickly became a holy grail for enthusiasts. The allure of its rarity and the fact that it's tied to an iconic piece of American history made it even more desirable, but even for the most avid collectors, the true worth of this quarter remained elusive for years. The value was hard to pinpoint because of its rarity. Only a small handful of these error coins have surfaced, and each time one is discovered, it sends waves of excitement through the numismatic community. Some speculate that the number of these error coins in existence is so small that they could be considered one of the most significant finds in modern American coin collecting. As the years passed, the 1990 quarter story spread. Its mystique grew, and the potential value of these rare error coins skyrocketed. With every auction, every sale, the coin became a little bit more legendary. People marveled at the fact that something so seemingly mundane, just a coin from 1990, could end up being worth such an astonishing sum. From casual collectors to seasoned numismatists, everyone wanted a piece of history. But here's the big question: just how much is this rare 1990 quarter worth today? If you're still wondering whether this coin could make you a fortune, you're in for a surprise. The value of a 1990 quarter in pristine, error-free condition is relatively modest, only worth 25 cents. But when it comes to the rare, error variety of the 1990 quarter, the value can be jaw-dropping. These special error coins have been known to fetch as much as $138,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, $138,000 for a quarter that originally cost you just 25 cents. That's the magic of rare, misprinted coins and the fascinating world of numismatics. With the rarity of the 1990 era coin, combined with the demand among collectors, it has become one of the most valuable coins in American history. Imagine holding that coin in your hand, knowing that what was once thought to be a small mistake is now a piece of American history worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones you least expect. So, next time you're counting your change, take a closer look at those quarters. You never know when you might find the rare gem that could change your life forever. The 1990 quarter may just be the treasure you've been waiting for, and that, my friends, is the story of the 1990 USA $quarter coin, an unassuming little piece of American history that is now a collector's dream, and a remarkable investment for those lucky enough to stumble upon its rarest version. When you think of iconic symbols of American history, Mount Rushmore is likely one of the first images that come to mind. This grand monument, carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota, features the faces of four of the most influential U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. These men represent a pivotal time in the nation's history, from the founding of the country to its growth into a world power. The monument itself stands as a testament to American ideals, freedom, democracy, and the spirit of innovation. But did you know that Mount Rushmore has also found its way onto one of the most coveted coins in modern American numismatics? That's right, enter the 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter. This coin, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, was issued to commemorate this remarkable national landmark. And if you think it's just another coin in the series, think again. This quarter has an extraordinary story of its own. The America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010, was designed to honor the national parks and historic landmarks that have shaped the United States. Each year, 5 new coins were minted, each showcasing a different national treasure, with designs that reflect the unique beauty and history of these places. In 2013, one of the featured quarters was the Mount Rushmore coin, which would quickly become a standout among the entire series. Released in 2013, this particular quarter was the 4th in the series of that year, and its design focused on bringing to life the majestic granite faces of the 4 presidents. The artwork on the reverse side of the coin was specially created to showcase the monument in all its grandeur. The design portrays the famous carved faces of the presidents, with a foreground of the monument's base and surrounding pine trees, a perfect homage to this breathtaking piece of American history. The quarter's design was the result of an intense collaboration between the United States Mint and the National Park Service, which oversees Mount Rushmore National Memorial. The Mint's chief engraver at the time, John M. Mercanti, took special care to honor the monument's scale and significance in his design. The result is a coin that not only captures the likeness of these great American leaders but also serves as a tribute to the beauty and importance of the landmark itself. While the Mount Rushmore quarter is striking in its design and full of historical significance, its value and appeal extend far beyond its commemorative nature. The coin was issued in a standard circulation strike, meaning it was produced in large numbers and entered regular circulation. This was the standard process for each of the coins in the America the Beautiful Quarters program. However, due to its design, historical ties, and the prestige of the Mount Rushmore monument, collectors quickly took an interest in this particular coin. Now, let's pause for a moment and consider the impact of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This initiative wasn't just about issuing new coins, it was about creating pieces of art that paid tribute to the American landscape and heritage. Each coin in the series had the potential to connect people with places they had never visited or remind them of the ones they cherished most. For people who had visited Mount Rushmore or those with a deep appreciation for American history, this coin became more than just a form of currency, it became a piece of the national story. But here's where it gets really interesting. As with many US coins, there are variations in quality and rarity that influence a coin's value in the eyes of collectors. While many of the Mount Rushmore quarters were minted and distributed in large numbers, some versions of the coin would quickly rise in value due to their unique characteristics. Coins that were struck in higher grades, particularly those that were preserved in pristine condition or that had been professionally graded by numismatic experts, began to stand out in the marketplace. For example, uncirculated versions of the coin, especially those that were preserved directly from the mint, became highly sought after. These coins, free from the wear and tear of circulation, retained the sharpness of their design, with the details of the presidents' faces and the surrounding landscape appearing crystal clear. When you hold one of these coins in your hand, it feels like you're holding not just a piece of metal, but a work of art that reflects the craftsmanship of the mint. But let's not forget the proof versions of the coin. Proof coins are specially struck using a slower, more deliberate process, and they are often produced in limited quantities. These coins have a mirror-like finish, which makes their details shine even more brightly. As you might expect, proof versions of the Mount Rushmore quarter became highly desirable for collectors looking to own the finest examples of the coin. So, with all of this demand for pristine versions of the 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter, what makes this coin so valuable? You see, it's not just about the quality of the coin. It's also about its rarity. When coins are released into circulation, most of them end up in people's pockets or wallets, where they can get scratched, scuffed, and worn down over time. The coins that remain in mint condition, especially those that were carefully preserved, are the ones that hold significant value. The rarer the coin, the higher its demand, and the higher its price in the market. Now, you might be wondering how much this rare and valuable quarter is actually worth. While the standard, circulated versions of the 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter are still worth their face value, 25 cents, things take a dramatic turn when we consider the high-quality, error-free versions of the coin. These coins, especially those in uncirculated and proof conditions, can be worth much more. As the demand for collector coins continues to rise, the Mount Rushmore quarter has seen its value climb. The real gem in this collection, however, is the incredibly rare, limited edition versions of the coin that have been professionally graded by numismatic experts. Some of these coins have been known to fetch astronomical prices, due to their rarity, beauty, and historical significance. In fact, the most prized 2013 Mount Rushmore quarters have been valued at an impressive $120,000. That's right, $120,000 for a quarter that was originally minted for just 25 cents. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, knowing that it could fetch such a remarkable price. The value of these coins is driven by their rarity, the popularity of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and, of course, the lasting significance of Mount Rushmore as an American symbol. So, the next time you come across a 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a coin that has a story to tell, a coin that's not only a part of America's history but could also hold a life-changing value, and that, my friends, is the incredible story of the 2013 Mount Rushmore quarter. From its design to its minting, from its collector appeal to its staggering value, this coin is a true piece of American history. Who would have thought that a simple quarter could be worth so much? But in the world of numismatics, anything is possible. In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers converge, lies one of the most significant locations in American history, Harper's Ferry. It's a place that has witnessed some of the most dramatic moments in the nation's past, from pivotal moments during the Revolutionary War to the explosive events leading up to the Civil War. Harper's Ferry's legacy is intertwined with the stories of bravery, struggle, and change, and this small, quiet town has been immortalized in the annals of history. But did you know that this iconic location has also found its way onto one of the most coveted coins in modern American numismatics? Yes, in 2016, the United States Mint released the Harper's Ferry quarter, which would not only become a symbol of this historic town but also an incredibly valuable and sought-after collectible. This coin holds a remarkable story that takes us on a journey through history, art, and the world of numismatics, all culminating in an unexpected twist that will leave you stunned. Before we dive into the coin itself, it's essential to understand the significance of Harper's Ferry. Nestled between West Virginia, and Maryland, Harper's Ferry was once a bustling industrial town and a critical point of transportation. It became widely known for its role during John Brown's raid in 1859, a key event that heightened tensions leading to the Civil War. Harper's Ferry is also home to the Harper's Ferry National Historical Park, which preserves the history of the area, from its industrial roots to its role in American civil rights. In 2016, the U.S. Mint decided to honor this iconic landmark with a coin in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series launched to celebrate national parks and other significant landmarks across the United States. Each year, 5 new quarters were issued, each depicting a different national treasure, and Harper's Ferry was selected as one of the featured sites in that year's series. But, like so many coins that come out of the mint, this quarter would quickly prove to be more than just another piece of circulating currency. It would become a beacon of history, design, and value. The design of the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter is a true work of art. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a beautifully detailed depiction of the iconic John Brown's fort. This is the structure where abolitionist John Brown and his men made their final stand during the 1859 raid. The fort stands as a powerful symbol of resistance against the institution of slavery, and its inclusion on the coin emphasizes the significance of the events that transpired there. Surrounding the fort are elements that represent the landscape of Harper's Ferry, rolling hills, the Potomac River, and the nearby mountains, illustrating the natural beauty of the region that has captivated visitors for generations. The coin's design was the work of artist Richard Masters, whose vision sought to capture the raw emotion of the historical moment while also acknowledging the picturesque scenery of Harper's Ferry. The design is rich with symbolism, from the detailed rendering of the fort itself to the backdrop that echoes the same landscape that John Brown would have seen during his final days. The coin's border reads, Harper's Ferry, at the top, with West Virginia beneath, solidifying its identity and connecting it directly to the place it represents. The minting process took great care to ensure the coin's details were precise, and the result was a quarter that felt both grounded in history and striking in its beauty. But even though the Harper's Ferry quarter is a fantastic representation of American history and art, the real story of its value is just beginning. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to explore its minting and how a particular set of circumstances combined to make this quarter far more valuable than anyone could have anticipated. As part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, the Harper's Ferry quarter was produced in large quantities at the U.S. Mint facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Like most quarters, it was initially distributed into general circulation, where it became just another coin in the pocket of Americans across the country. However, as with any piece of currency, there was the potential for something extraordinary to happen, something that would elevate this quarter from an ordinary object of everyday use to a prized collectible. As is the case with many coins, there were variations in quality, and not all of them were created equal. Some coins were minted with imperfections, while others were struck with near-perfect clarity, preserving every detail of the design. In the world of numismatics, these subtle differences can have a huge impact on a coin's value. But the true rarity of the Harper's Ferry quarter comes from an even more unlikely source: errors in the minting process. It's not uncommon for coins to be produced with slight mistakes, sometimes a misaligned die, doubling in the design, or a flaw in the coin strike can result in something truly unique. And when collectors spot these flaws, they go into a frenzy to secure the rarest examples. While most Harper's Ferry quarters are still worth just 25 cents in circulation, certain versions of this coin have emerged that are so rare, they've become the subject of intense competition among collectors. Coins that were struck with high precision, those without imperfections, or coins that were preserved in pristine condition, quickly gained in popularity. Coins graded by professional numismatic services, such as the Certified Acceptance Corporation, CAC, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, became highly sought after. These professional grades ensure that the coin has been evaluated for its authenticity and condition, and collectors pay top dollar for coins with high grades, particularly those in mint state or proof form. And then, of course, there are the error coins, those with unique flaws that make them one of a kind. A small percentage of the Harper's Ferry quarters that left the mint had slight misprints or inconsistencies, and these became highly valuable to collectors who sought to find the rarest examples. Whether it was a die crack or a misaligned strike, each error coin represented a fleeting moment in the minting process that made the coin an instant classic. But here's the most shocking part of the story: the true value of a particular 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter. While most of these coins are valued at just 25 cents, some of the error coins, or those in pristine condition, have reached incredible prices in the marketplace. Through the years, collectors have uncovered a small number of these rare coins, and as demand has increased, so has the price. The most coveted 2016 Harper's Ferry quarters have sold for as much as $108,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $108,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to fathom that a coin worth only 25 cents could fetch such an enormous price, but in the world of rare coin collecting, anything is possible. The combination of historical significance, artistic design, and the rarity of error coins has made the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter a true treasure. And as more collectors scramble to find these pieces, the value of these rare coins continues to rise. So, what does this mean for you? If you're holding on to a 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter, take a moment to examine it carefully. While the chances of finding a rare, error-free, or high-grade version of the coin are slim, it's always worth a second look. You never know, you could be holding on to one of the most valuable pieces of American coinage in modern history, and that, my friends, is the incredible story of the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter, a coin that's as rich in history as it is in value. From its artistic design to its minting process, and from its collector appeal to its jaw-dropping price, this quarter is a testament to the lasting power of American history and the ever-growing world of numismatics.